We got a lot of great music here tonight, and we got a lot of great speakers. We're going to kick it off with a little hemp history. Hemp's been used for thousands of years by almost every civilization on Earth, and Les Stark has done a lot of historical research into the history of hemp in Pennsylvania. So let's give it up to Les Stark and Hempstone Heritage.
All right. Somebody told me one time that those who know have a duty, and that duty is to teach what you know to those who do not know. So what I'm trying to do is teach everybody in Pennsylvania about the history of the hemp industry that we've had here. Everybody says, oh, they grew hemp in America for, since the founding. But what's really neat is this has a specific, there's so many specific places like in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, where I'm from. Between the years of 1720 and 1870, there were over 100 water-powered mills for processing hemp fiber just in Lancaster County alone, and there were dozens more in all the surrounding counties. In 1681, William Penn founded Pennsylvania, and even from the very beginning, hemp was grown in this Philadelphia region. By 1685, William Penn gave the first agricultural report. He said that hemp was already grown in great quantities. Well, over in Lancaster County, where I'm from, we have East and West Hemp Heals Township. When I first started telling people about it was named for hemp, people were like, wow. It was like a light bulb went on over their head. The way I got into hemp was, how many people are familiar with Jack Herer's book, The Emperor Wears No Clothes? Exactly. That was a book that inspired me. Now, Jack has the best book. It goes into the history of the hemp industry from its ancient beginnings all around the world and in America. But he said wherever there were major hemp-growing regions in America, there were towns named after hemp. And he mentioned Hempfield Township in Lancaster County. Well, I had lived there all my life, and I had never heard of it. And I was wondering, why have I never heard about this, if it was such a big industry? So I went to the Historical Society to find out if what Jack Herer said was true. And I found out that almost nothing had ever been written about the local historical hemp industry. I don't know if that was by design or for whatever reason, it had never been looked into. They explored everything, how to make candles, how they made brooms, how they, spun flax and wool and everything, but the hemp industry had never been explored. I got sucked into it. I kept finding one more fact and another fact. It was kind of like uncovering a pyramid where you see the tip above the sand and you start going away at it until you reveal this great big pyramid. So much information is available. They grew hemp in Pennsylvania for about 250 years. It's interesting, August 2nd, 2012, a few weeks ago, it was a 75-year anniversary of what we refer to as marijuana prohibition, which led to the prohibition of hemp, all forms of hemp. The next year, July 5th, 1938, the first person who ever got arrested in Lancaster County under the new federal marijuana laws was an 81-year-old man who was a hemp farmer. His name was Enos Schaefer. Enos Schaefer admitted that he was growing the plant, but he said he had no idea it was illegal because as far as he was concerned, he was growing it for seeds for his chickens to eat. They were doing an investigation into the marijuana traffic in Lancaster County, which they said was a problem in 1937. And when they went to find him, they found him in a local tavern and said, "Are you Enos Schaefer?" He said, "Yeah, that's me." They said, "Well, we just saw someone making away with your plants." So he led him back to the property and said, "Are these yours?" He said, "Yeah," and they arrested him right on the spot. So this confusion that we've had between industrial hemp and marijuana has been going on for a long time. That confusion has to end. It's not to say that I don't favor all sides of the issue, but an important distinction has to be made between industrial hemp. Right now, they're growing tens of thousands of acres of hemp in Canada. We could be growing it here. Like I tell people, in 1720 to 1870, in that 150-year time period, there were over 100 water-powered mills for processing hemp fiber and almost as many mills for processing oil from the seed. And if you think about it, just imagine if we could take the hemp industry on a local level to even half of the potential and as far as it was developed back in those days. And I know we can do it. There's so much potential for jobs. When you look at this economy, look how it is. How could we, deny any idea that would create jobs, but also the environment and all that stuff. But the important thing is the past, the present, and the future are all related. And there's a seamless web from the past to the present movement that we're in, and we're in an important moment. All of us here, now that we know the truth, it's up to us, each and every one of us, to go out there and teach the truth to everybody that you know. We're going to make positive change, and the past leads us to this present moment, and we're going to take us into a great future. Over there, if you get a chance, it's one of the hemp millstones. It's a very rare artifact from the hemp mills. It's that conical shaped millstone over there. Tell everybody what it is. If you come over, if you get a chance, I'll tell you more about it. My book is over there, Hempstone Heritage, a book about the history of the hemp industry in Pennsylvania. If you're interested, look me up. Peace.
All right, thank you very much, Les Stark. Les Stark, Hempstone Heritage. Woo!